There is conspiracy afoot that the NFL didn't want Shedeur Sanders getting drafted.
They were forced into drafting him.
But some old school white execs and coaches just aren't going to want a franchise quarterback who already owns several exotic cars and who already has an NFL star level jewelry collection. The other key point about Shedeur is that money sure didn't make him.
Shedeur Sanders is a quality young man. He's a good young man. He's a dude that's one God-fearing.
Shedeur Sanders just bypassed the NFL entirely and signed a contract worth more than most veteran quarterbacks will see in their careers. While teams debate draft boards, this quarterback already secured his bag through channels the league never saw coming. What he pulled off has NFL executives losing sleep over their crumbling control.
We are not going to be held hostage by the latest and greatest player for guaranteed contracts, and then in turn every guy in the NFL, a league where one injury, see Nick Chubb, and your career might be over.
Nobody saw this coming because everyone was playing checkers while Shedeur was already 3 moves deep into chess. The traditional path goes something like this: dominate college, get drafted, sign a rookie deal, hope you don't get injured, then maybe negotiate your second contract with some leverage. But here's the kicker: Shedeur flipped that entire playbook upside down before anyone realized the game had changed.
The Browns have not gone the way the NFL wants them to go here over the last few years. I think that's pretty clear. When it came to the guaranteed contract and some of the other stuff, I think the Browns have kind of done their own thing.
His approach wasn't some desperate cash grab or publicity stunt. This was calculated warfare against a system that's kept players under their thumb for decades. While other prospects were busy running 40-yard dashes and answering generic interview questions about leadership, Shedeur was building something the NFL couldn't touch, couldn't control, and definitely couldn't ignore.
Why Shedeur? Someone's got to explain to me why. You say, oh, he built a brand.
Numbers don't lie, and these numbers are absolutely staggering. Before stepping foot in any NFL facility, before taking a single professional snap, Shedeur had already generated $14 million through brand partnerships, content deals, and merchandise agreements tied directly to his personal brand. $14 million. That's more guaranteed money than most second-round picks see in their entire rookie contract.
Tell the truth. Does this surprise you guys that Shedeur Sanders, pick number 144, is now the best-selling jersey of the draft class?
No. But here's where it gets really interesting. His jersey sales alone pushed past $250 million in revenue. Not profit, revenue. That means retailers, manufacturers, and distributors combined moved $250 million worth of product with his name on it. And thanks to what insiders are calling the prime equity clause, every single transaction puts money directly into his pocket instead of flowing through league-controlled channels.
The NFL told others, don't draft him. Do not draft him. We're gonna make an example out of him.
Traditional rookie contracts are designed like prison sentences with better benefits. You get your salary, your signing bonus, maybe some performance incentives, and in exchange, you surrender complete control over your image, your story, and your brand potential. The league markets you however they want. Teams decide what narrative fits their needs, and if something goes viral, congratulations. Everyone profits except you.
I don't know what made him last in the 5th round, man. I have no idea. It is a weird-ass thing. And again, maybe we'll see. Maybe he'll go out there at some point this year and he's going to suck up the room, and then we'll find out, okay, now we find out why he went in the 5th round.
Shedeur looked at that arrangement and said absolutely not. His team negotiated something unprecedented: complete ownership of his name, image, and likeness revenue streams, even while playing professional football. That means when his highlight reel gets 20 million views, when his jersey breaks sales records, when brands line up to partner with him, the money flows directly to him instead of getting filtered through league bureaucracy.
I think he's going to be on the roster no matter what. Because at the end of the day, I do think he has a safe floor as quarterback, but those type of things, moving the needle, moving dollars around and being relevant as a franchise, that's what you want as an owner.
This isn't just smart business, it's revolutionary. Because for the first time in NFL history, a rookie walked into negotiations with leverage that didn't depend on draft position or combined numbers. He walked in with proof of concept, established audience, and revenue streams that already existed independent of league approval.
Corey, hey, it's funny because there's a big hill right there. What if he flipped the whole check over and he got it on video? Hey, that would be so funny.
Here's what really has the NFL sweating bullets. Shedeur doesn't need their media machine. His YouTube channel pulls better numbers than most official team content. His Instagram stories get more engagement than primetime promotional campaigns. His behind-the-scenes vlogs feel more authentic than anything the league's public relations department has ever produced.
I know we chilling, man. We doing a legendary Shoot, right now we got Caleb in the building.
And it's not accident. This guy has his own media team, his own editors, his own production schedule that operates completely outside NFL oversight. When he wants to tell a story, he tells it directly to millions of followers without asking permission, without getting approval, without watering down his message to fit corporate guidelines.
Right now, these are people that make all the content fire, and the man behind the camera. So you know.
The quality of his content rivals professional sports broadcasting. The authenticity connects with audiences in ways that focus grouped promotional material never could. And the reach extends far beyond traditional football demographics into spaces the NFL has struggled to penetrate for years. Behind closed doors, league executives are having emergency meetings about something they're calling containment strategy. That's corporate speak for how do we make sure this doesn't spread to every other talented player coming into the league. Because the minute word got out about Shedeur's deal, every agent representing top prospects started asking the same question: why can't my client have this same arrangement? And honestly, there's no good answer that doesn't expose the league's entire business model as exploitative.
How much money Shedeur Sanders makes from NIL? Shedeur Sanders is not rated as a top valuation for name, image, and likeness deals for this college football season.
Veterans who spent years building personal brands under league restrictions are looking at the situation and realizing they got played. College athletes who were already skeptical about surrendering their NIL rights for standard rookie contracts are now seeing proof that alternative paths exist. The domino effect is already starting. Player representatives are circulating copies of Shedeur's contract language. College programs are incorporating media training and brand development into their football curricula. Social media managers who specialize in athlete content are getting flooded with inquiries from prospects who want to build their own platforms before entering professional sports.
The people that told us about nepotism, and it's like, have you ever actually watched him deal with people in the community?
What Shedeur accomplished goes beyond individual success. It exposes fundamental weaknesses in how the NFL maintains control over player value creation. The league built their entire economic structure around the assumption that players would always need them more than they needed players. Hit that subscribe button right now, because what happens next in this revolution will blow your mind, and you definitely don't want to miss how the entire sports industry responds to this power shift.
Since I was a little kid.
How many people sent you this clip? For me, it was over 100.
That assumption just got shattered. When a rookie can generate more revenue through independent channels than through league-sanctioned opportunities, when his personal brand carries more influence than official team marketing, when fans prefer his unfiltered content over polished promotional material, suddenly the leverage equation flips completely.
A jersey cost $130, so he'd have to sell about 9,000 jerseys per year, or 35,736 jerseys total to pay out his NFL contract.
The NFL isn't just losing a negotiation, they're losing relevance in the conversation about their own talent. Players like Shedeur represent the future of athlete empowerment, where individual brands can thrive independent of institutional approval. This strategy isn't entirely unprecedented in professional sports. Soccer superstars like Cristiano Ronaldo generate more revenue through personal social media platforms than many clubs produce in entire seasons. Basketball icons like LeBron James built media empires that operate independently of NBA oversight while still maintaining their professional playing careers.
And I also predicted 2 months ago that Shedeur Sanders would become the biggest target in this year's draft, the most hyper-criticized and picked-apart player in this draft, unfairly and wrongly so, but I predicted this would happen.
But American football has always been different. The league maintained tighter control over player branding, stricter limitations on independent media activities, and more rigid contractual structures that prevented this kind of entrepreneurial flexibility. Shedeur's success proves that model is outdated. Modern athletes don't need traditional gatekeepers to build authentic connections with audiences. They don't need corporate marketing departments to tell compelling stories. They need platforms, content strategies, and business structures that support direct fan engagement.
His rookie jersey just hit #1 in rookie jersey sales as of today.
The ripple effects of this contract will reshape how talented athletes approach professional sports careers. Instead of viewing leagues as destinations, they'll start seeing them as business partners in larger personal brand ecosystems. Future prospects will demand media rights, content ownership, and revenue sharing agreements as standard contract components rather than special exceptions. Agents will need to become experts in digital marketing, brand development, and intellectual property law to serve their clients effectively.
For him to just get drafted and show up right in school, that's a big deal. That's
Absolutely.
a huge deal to the kids, the community.
Most importantly, fans will benefit from more authentic, unfiltered access to athlete personalities and perspectives. Instead of consuming sanitized promotional content designed by committee, they'll get direct insight into the minds and experiences of their favorite players. What Shedeur created isn't just a contract, it's a blueprint for athlete independence in the digital age. He proved that talent, properly leveraged through modern media platforms, can generate sustainable revenue streams that don't depend on league approval or institutional support.
And what he's doing, honestly, is extremely smart. Like, you're winning over the fan base. Like, that's what you're doing. You're winning over the fan base, and that's extremely smart on his part. It's going to be interesting, though. Like, his whole journey is going to be extremely interesting to watch.
His success validates the approach of building personal brands before entering professional sports, rather than hoping to develop them afterward under restrictive organizational oversight. It demonstrates that authenticity, consistent content creation, and direct fan engagement can create economic value that surpasses traditional salary structures. Most importantly, it establishes precedent for future negotiations where athletes can point to documented success and demand similar arrangements based on proven results rather than theoretical potential.
You just have a lot of people in general that seems to be rooting for this kid. Hell, even President Trump put out a tweet, thought it was ridiculous that he was still sitting on the draft board.
The NFL can try to contain this trend through stricter rookie contract language or more aggressive control over player media activities, but they're fighting against economic reality. When individual players can generate more authentic engagement and sustainable revenue through independent channels, restricting those opportunities becomes counterproductive for everyone involved. Smart organizations will adapt by partnering with player-owned media operations rather than competing against them. Forward-thinking teams will incorporate personal brand development into player development programs. Progressive leagues will restructure revenue-sharing agreements to account for individual value creation rather than trying to suppress it. Shedeur Sanders just proved that the future belongs to athletes who refuse to play by yesterday's rules. Subscribe to our channel to stay updated with more Shedeur updates.